Welcome to Whiskey Butts. I'm Kurt.
It's like you've never ever said that before.
Right? I was nervous. I'm sorry. Like, this is...
I didn't know what to say.
What do you do when you're standing down here alone in a basement? Billy's actually just a figment of my imagination tonight, so...
Because you've been drinking that?
No, not yet, but we will be.
Okay, this looks very suspect to me.
Why is that?
Look at the bottle. What's this?
It's a lid, so the whiskey doesn't escape.
I know, but it's not a...
Cork?
Yeah.
That's...
I describe stuff by sounds now.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I don't know why. Actually, most of the Japanese actually do screw tops. And for those that actually collect whiskey, it actually is good because the cork can dry out over time. And so you have to periodically wet the cork. Now, that's why they store wine on its side, is to keep the cork wet so that way air doesn't get in. But you can't do that with whiskey because the ABV...
Cork will get drunk.
Basically. And it will deteriorate. And it will end up letting air into the bottle and ruining the whiskey. So you have to do it periodically, to set it on its side and then come back. And so we have a screw top. That's great because then you don't actually have to do that. You just have to make sure it's screwed on securely and it doesn't dry out on you. So it's actually
then why
not
doesn't
bad.
everybody do that?
It's not classy. Like all the cheap stuff does screwed bottles, so like screw tops. So like why the Japanese do it? Like it's a good thing, and yet it's not
solution.
That yeah, like that's actually not so uncommon, right?
All right, so this is a smart bottle.
So 2018.
I mean, not with Bluetooth or nothing. But...
No, Bluetooth lets you know when you need a refill. Like that, I've seen that.
Oh, that's probably coming in.
You know it.
Bluetooth whiskey bottle, smart whiskey bottle.
Yeah, it'll have to be a decanter at first, right? One of those that you pour the whiskey in to let you know when it's running low.
Yeah, you take a drink. You're like, would you like me to order you some more?
Especially after you had a few, you're like, yeah, I do.
Or you drink too much, it starts cussing you out. Like, you've had too much tonight.
Yeah, don't you dare drink anymore. You're gonna run low. All right, Nikka whiskey from the barrel. Sorry, from Japan. 2018. This scored Whiskey Advocate, the magazine. It scored Whiskey of the Year. Right, so this was the best whiskey they tasted in 2018.
Really?
Yep.
And you're just sitting here in that little unassuming bottle?
Yeah, it is. For the American market, they actually had to increase the size of this bottle to 750 milliliters, the typical size, the fifth that everybody in America is used to, right? Because everywhere else, Europe, Japan, everything else, they do 700 milliliters, 70 CL. And American, we have to be difficult.
Yeah, the extra 50.
We need our own measuring system because we are Americans and that's what we need. So we'll use imperial systems. We'll use miles. We will eschew the metric system and we will make our 750 milliliter bottles so that way we get the extra ounce and a half in the bottle because Americans are bigger than the Japanese, right? Like on average.
Americans don't like to use units either. A lot of times,
you are correct. Yeah,
they'll be like, "How much whiskey are there?" Oh, about 4 coconut juice worth.
Yeah, or like that's what I said, right? Like it's a 750 ml, milliliter. So, but I said it's a fifth, right? Like when I talk to people around, they're like, "Oh, I bought a fifth of whatever."
Yeah,
like
fifth of what?
A fifth of what? Like it's a fifth of a gallon. Why? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's 750 milliliters. Like that's easier.
It's like one cylinder in a Chevy 350.
Yeah. And if you do a 175, right, a 1.75 liter, right, that's easy to understand. But no, you got to have a half gallon. Or you have a handle. Because most of the handle. Like, I don't know. That's what they call it. It's a handle. Like I bought a handle of Wild Turkey 101, right? Like... That's what it is. Like I don't know if it's because they usually come with a handle or not. Like today, I just don't know. But anyways, what I do know is that this is a blend.
Maybe if there was just a little bit more, you wouldn't be able to handle it.
you probably got something on that. Then again, I don't want to know the person who can handle 1.75 liters or a half a gallon of whiskey. Like
it's true.
That guy is truly deserving. This one's bottled at 51.4%. It is a blend of grain and malt whiskeys, and it is over 100 whiskeys, right? In the blend.
What?
Yeah, over 100 different whiskeys in the blend. Now it's not like different companies making the whiskey. I mean, it is Nikka making the whiskeys, but it's different grains, different malts, different aging, and then they're going to blend it. And it's whiskey from the barrel. So they actually described it as they wanted it so that only like the best people will be able to differentiate and pick out all the nuances.
Okay,
like that's what it's for.
When you said there was like 100 different whiskeys, you want to know what I pictured in my head?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Some Japanese dudes going into a whiskey store and just yelling, throwing whiskeys on the floor, like all of them, just and then mopping it up and selling it to you.
There you go. That's might be what they do. Now they do after they mix those thrown bottles on the floor and they mop them up. When they wring out the mops, they wring them out into barrels that they further age for another couple of months to help everything kind of come together. And everything I've ever had that is blended, after it blends in the barrel, it just seems like it really helps blend it together. So, yeah, I actually do prefer that. Anyways, yeah. This is supposed to be really good stuff. I do like it. At 51.4%, that's supposed to bring all the nuances out best for those who can actually taste it. So, me and Billy are going to be winging it. Like,
I mean, it smells.
A lot of it will be lost on us.
It smells kind of sweet.
It does, doesn't it?
It smells good.
It really does. Like, I'm trying to say more than. Go ahead, do it, do it.
It smells sweet and good. Let's try it. Whoa! Wow.
Warm.
Yeah, that's 51, huh?
Yeah.
Feels a little stronger than that.
I've had some 50% that drink. We have on the show, right? Like some 50% that drink pretty easy.
Uh-huh.
Even some ones that are a little bit higher proof than that. And this one drinks slightly hot for a 50% or 51%. But
it's not a rough hot though. It's
no.
kind of a good hot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Like, it kind of adds adds to the flavor. What are you smelling now? Like, I'm getting more, I want to say maltiness out of the scent now that I've tasted it.
Maltiness?
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but like more like scotchy flavor, right? Like scotchy scents.
My everything is going numb.
That is that burn.
Yeah.
That was pleasant. Yeah. And then it just numbs everything, and he's like, all right, I'm relaxed.
I'm like, you're
this is
tasting
good.
stuff?
That's what this show is about. Come on, man. How what? How do you drink it without?
How do you drink it to get the flavor out? I guess what I was trying to. I was trying to like put it in my mouth and kind of let it like fall like waterfall across the tongue,
cascading across the tongue, and it will waterfall into the bottom of the mouth before you know, into the cave of the throat. And
exactly, that's exactly the technique.
Yeah,
that I was trying, that I learned from the Sherpas up at the mountain of.
Yeah, that's where Billy has been for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But
he's been studying, and he's still a work in progress.
Still can't taste anything.
It's still not working. They seem to really think it worked well, and it seemed to work well for them. They sure acted like it anyway.
All right. What if you put some in your mouth and you lean forward so it falls to the front of your inside of your lips?
I don't know. Why don't you try snorting it through your nose and.
No, that just makes you feel dumb.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty honest feeling. Like,
it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm tasting with my
You are
face.
discovering truth right there. Like, that is truth in a glass. I just feel dumb not doing that. Like,
okay, I think I tasted it that time though.
So you felt dumb, but you tasted it. So it's like
I can taste it on the front.
Mixed bag right there.
The fruitiness in this, it's not really fruity.
I'm not getting any kind of fruity out of it.
Maybe I just drank enough to calm the burn, and now the flavors are kind of coming out a little bit.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Or you could try doing what I did, and
so that way he's not alone in doing that. Like,
tell your friends. Tell your friends the best.
This is the new TikTok thing. Even though we're not on TikTok, you guys need to be doing this.
This is the new whiskey tasting technique. You take a drink, you lean forward, and you taste it with the inside of your lips. See if you can get friends to do it.
I'm just thinking of a whiskey that we have on that I have purchased, and if Billy were to say that while drinking that whiskey, how wonderful that would be.
This is just pretty good. I don't recall.
You like that one?
I don't recall. What?
Liking a Japanese whiskey?
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
I thought I would help you out.
Yeah.
You've drinking a bit, so I thought you were having...
Incapable of speech.
Well, you did say it was numbing your tongue, so
there's
it just
hole
doesn't...
in my glass.
Yeah, like, where'd the whiskey go?
Yep, all right.
It's good stuff. It is hard to find because it's
good
Japanese.
Thing you got that extra 50 milliliters.
It is, right? Like, that's what we just drank right here. Actually, a little bit less, but still, like, it's good 50 milliliters. So that way, I got a full bottle waiting after this show. I guess that doesn't make sense because it's less than that, but it made sense in my head.
Really good aftertaste.
It really does, right? Like,
even in the cheeks, my cheeks can taste it now. It's good.
There you go, like chipmunk whiskey.
He's
packing it away in his cheeks.
People watching are like, I don't think I can believe anything this guy says.
And they would be right. Like, see, I told you it's truth whiskey. Like, he is already. But if you can find it, do get it because it is good. Like, there's a reason it won Whiskey Advocates Whiskey of the Year.
All right, he said it was whiskey. But why is it Whiskey of the Year?
They felt that it was the best whiskey that they had tasted that year.
Yeah, but what about it? Like, it's not like there's
I don't know. I'd have to go back and read the review to see what they said about it and why it was so good.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, it feels well balanced and...
Yeah, like, I like the flavor versus the burn and then the, like, coming together. I swear I smell, like, a maltiness, like more of a scotchy type scent after you take that first sip. You mentioned a little sweetness, right? Yeah. On the and it is, but not like bourbon sweetness. It's like
but it's good. But like, there's nothing that really jumps out that like a defining characteristic of it.
So it's very well blended, right? So you get a nice.
Well, that's what happens when you spill all your whiskey all over the floor and mop it.
It is, and mop it up, and then age it in barrels. That's it. 100 different whiskeys, and who knew it could come together and taste good.
All right, I like it.
Yep. All right, so Billy's favorite Japanese whiskey.
That's true. So far.
Yeah. So, yeah. Billy approved, which means it's the best thing there is, as far as Japanese is concerned, that we've tried. So, I think that's all we have to say.
Didn't the other Japanese bottles have like a lot more classy look to them?
What other Japanese have we tried? We've tried
I thought we
Suntory
had,
Toki.
I thought one that looked like it was dressed up in a tuxedo, kind of like it was not a tuxedo, but like it looked real classy. Like,
the Hibiki Harmony. Like, it was like the glass topper and the 20 different faceted bottles. Like, it was Hibiki Harmony is a very good bottle.
I don't know, it looked fancy and up class.
It really did. Yeah. Yeah, compared to this, to the Hibiki Harmony bottle, like, there's no comparison. But this sitting on a shelf, like, I don't know, it just
like it's like screw top, it's about the same color.
Except we got glass and plastic.
But you could probably pay another $1 and get this in a glass bottle.
You can, and it's called Black Velvet. So,
but if you look at these two, it'd be like, which one looks better? It's like, it's about the same.
Yeah, and then when you consider this one is like 4 times the cost of the cheap one.
Wait, how much is this?
I paid $55 for it, but if anybody can find it for that right now, like, they'd probably be buying it, which is probably why it's not on shelves. Like, this is another one. Billy picked it out, and as usual, it is a Japanese whiskey, and one of the few that, are like high-end and good that you cannot hardly buy unless you're in special places or circumstances.
Want to whiff of this?
No, I have a very good Japanese whiskey to try. Billy's best Japanese whiskey right here. Like, I've got it.
I still got the aftertaste going with this. It's pretty good.
I've still got a whole part of a glass. I'm even better.
Well, I don't. You're doing it wrong. We need to get out of here.
We do. We're running long.
We've been talking too long.
Cheers, everybody. Join us next week.